first Chinese national key water project on underground water contamination. Cathy, Qing.
Thank you very much, Howard. And I'm very, very glad Howard invited me to be here. And, well, before I came here, I thought, not just introduce one project. I would like to introduce what we are doing at this moment, especially in China. Probably you could, you would be interested. Yeah, the background. Myself, how I met Howard. Actually, we met in 1989 in Beijing. I was very, very exciting at that time. I think I'm too, for the, excited and to speak any English. And after, the next year, I went to the Imperial College. So that's me, from the engineering background in Tsinghua, and then chemistry, then, going to this soil and underground water. So that's myself. And the university I stayed was in Shenzhen. It's called SESTEC University. This university was 6 years old. And Shenzhen was very famous with the innovation. And the EIC Engineering Innovation Center was established 3 years ago when I was joined the SESTEC. So I would like to introduce about this EIC. And the innovation team, we organized those with the soil, water, and the policy and sustainable and cross technology. So we would like to do, sort of like as a one team, but teams should have a different sort of like a major in this structure. And until today, 3 years later, now SESTEC EIC, we already have 4 parts. The first part, we have working station in the different cities. This stations let us know what is the local cities' demands. And we have R&D base, it's very big, field work we could do. And also we have independent institutes. Later I could introduce HD, Environmental Consulting. And we also developed 4 different entities in companies. Some of we hold the share and some is licensed out. So I think for the 3 years we grow faster than ever. And we have lots of partners. We always think the partnerships is for best future. So that is, lots of partners with us. And HD, Environmental Consulting, is this established early this year. It's an independent institute. And we have, have kind of interdisciplinary partnership. This come from government, come from the government institute, come from the university and the financial side, and from the industry side. So we have quite a lot of money. Initial one, the first donors gave us $7 million US. So this, is a very good platform for us. And as an independent organization, so we learned from, international organizations. So we have a board, have a steering committee, technical committee. Would like to do it in the right way. And this consulting more focused in the big data. I will let you know, what big data project we have been involved. So we have 4 platforms we call the interdisciplinary innovation and the big data service. Because this is independent institute, so we could hold lots of data. Otherwise, if you are in the company or in the government or university, they always scared about sharing the data. So this platform is very good. And we have think tank, we have training, and the very best thing is we set up the HD Environment Award. So that is for the future. And also we're going to do the standards in the whole city, in the whole China. So this is like independent environmental standards in the future. And under the EIC, we have, we call the Serve China, that's established last year. And that is very good for the, we call it green sustainable soil remediation. And we also have the UNIDO set up the knowledge center with us and also donate some money for the award as well. So this is mainly focus in the C2C and think tank, international best practice sharing like toolbox things. And that is a word. That is what we would like to do in the junior, especially in the environmental innovation side. Yeah, that is our base. It's 35 hectares. It's a big area, so we could do lots of experiment over there. And the projects, what we are going to do in this innovation center. Actually, in China, I'm not sure if you've been to China, how many times, but China was changed a lot, especially with this internet thing. This pushed China into another world, I should think. So the circular economy and cross-economy, intelligent economy, this all become to the possible way to do things. So I could show you later why China changed, so fast. Because the president in China, President Xi, was emphasized about the environment. He said the environmental is called green mountain equal to the golden mountain. So people were not, like before, always concentrating the GDP. They changed another way. So they changed to think about the economy, the environmental, the whole, the biosphere. So in the 2013, the first, the policies was issued. In the 2013, the Air Action 10, we called this central government issued the policy. In the 2015, this became to the law. It's called Air Pollution Prevention Law already. And in the last year, 2017, the water pollution prevention law launched. So this year, the soil one will be launched as well. So you can see this from the policy down to the laws faster than ever. So that is very important. So this all been changed. You can see from the 2013 to 2015, they have nearly 200 policy issued. This ever happened in China before. So that is very important signals give to us. And another big thing is in 2016, China set up the environmental protection inspection system. This is very good because it's down to all the responsibility to the mayor, down to all the responsibilities person. It's not like before you just carry on to pollute the environment. So this all been changed. So if you did something wrong, you will see in the TV being punished. So that is a very good system in China. So about the big data. Our center, our innovation center, we said we have a joint laboratory with IBM. The first big data we use is to do for the Soil Action 10. Because Soil Action 10 now is doing the survey in China, in whole China. Would like to see what, and how in China about the pollution, soil pollution. As you know, the soil pollution, what we did normally is sampling. We have a square and we're sampling all the soil. But it can be the miles away. The data was, it's always have a mistake. So we use the big data could solve this problem. This was the picture was in Shenzhen. We used the 1.5 months. 1.5 months. So we got these results. And we find out in Shenzhen it's a 44.5% potential contaminated site. It's very accurate. And we also could get other sort of like analysis results as well. We find this concrete surface in Shenzhen is 46%. So in China, we always wanted to do the called sponge city. How you can do the sponge city? So this can give you the results. So in Shenzhen, this is miles away. Half already been concrete covered. And also find the water in Shenzhen is about 8%. So how this 8% could support for the population. So all this is very good analysis. So that is for the big data we found out. We could do the very good potential contaminated site. Now we use it for other places. And this one is the big data used in other Chinese city. We found this in the one of in the Sichuan city. We have done the maps for the city mayor to make their decision in the future. all the soil, you know exactly what, inside the soil. For example, heavy metal and protein or whatever. So you can give the direction for the mayor, how you best use of your soil. So the big data could show a lot of things for you. So that is another map. And this is just started from last year. We would like to set up the triple grid in one of the cities in Hunan. And we set up the air grid. We could find out monitoring all the air pollution. And the surface water grid and underground water grid. So with these three grids, we could know exactly where the pollutant is, where the source is. So with the source, we could cut it down. So that is the way we would like to use in the big data. So that is, we set up all the monitoring small boxes, very cheap, very cost effective. So that is in the one of the city. So you see, this is data we used in the city. So we use a different kind of big data all come together. And we always, yes, that is for the monitoring as well. We use this UAV and to find out what inside the risk in the different industry zone. So now we could have this just in my mobile phone to know exactly what time and where heavy pollution is. So that's why when people ask me, how about Beijing now? Beijing is more blue sky now because they have set up the air grid already. So they know exactly where the pollutants come from. So the mayor or local leaders were going over there and ask them checking if they reach the standard or not. If not, you need either upgrade your factory or you have to be closed. So that is very useful results give to us. And that is what I would like to talk about is the National Key Water Project. And this is the first one, the underground water being monitored in China, the first one. Because the water project before, the key water project before, normally it's doing with the surface water, wastewater treatment plant. And this time we moved to the underground water. So you can see this is modeling we are doing now. So with this one, you can see this is in Beijing. We already have so many monitoring wells in Beijing. It's about, it starts from 1956 till now. But most of this monitoring well is monitoring water level and such kind of thing, but not with the pollutants. So now we try to change this one and adding more monitoring into different wells. And also we need to set up more things in China. So that is a key project. We need to find out where is the pollutant and how we reduce this pollutant and how the risk management over there. So that is the project we are doing now. So I think at the end, you see, we got this tool, it's a 3D printing for the contaminated site. So we can give exactly how much the earthwork you will do. So this is all very advanced technology being applied in the environmental area. So it's very interesting. We're also doing some different project like this Arabic grade sludge treatment in technologies applied in 4 different wastewater treatment plants. And we worked with different partners like Alibaba, I think maybe most of you know, and Apple as well. With Alibaba, we're doing the sustainable development. I think lot of people said if something your career lost or been changed, not because of your similar sort of competition, it's from outside. I think one day Alibaba will change environmental thoroughly. They got all the data in their platform. They know who buying things to do the manufacture. They know who going to sell. So we can just balance them and find out what is inside of your waste. And if we can connecting all the waste together, we can circulate everything. So this zero discharge could be the possible way. So now the Alibaba is funded the first project with us to do this kind of things. We start from one industry. So we also use blockchain with one industry, from the seed down to the end of the food. So I think this all changed dramatically to the environmental way of thinking. With Apple, because now in China, like I said, the inspection thing is very, very important. To the Apple, that's very important for their supply chain. If the supply chain, one of the factory located in the sensitive area, which is water in the supply area, or water need to be the drainage area, so their factory could possibly be closed. So to the Apple, that's very, very important. They need to know where is their most risk factories. So we cooperate with Apple to do the green supply chain with them. So they are very happy with that. Yes, I know that. And that is another one for the managing the smart city. So that is what we are doing. And we're also doing the nanoparticles. This would like to solve the non-point pollutions from the beginning. So that is for the nanomaterial. And that is equipment we would like to do in the sampling side, especially with the soil sampling. We like to do it all in the low technology and standardized everything. So this scrubber pad could solve the sampling problems in there. So you can see that we also have the different GM code and quick measuring equipment. So we're doing everything together. And last, I would like to thank to the Harvard, really, and from bottom of my heart. And both me and my husband learned a lot from him, through his guidance and supervision. I obtained my PhD in Imperial College. And he changed my life and the way of thinking. He always encouraged people to explore new ideas and being strong in coordinating others to work as a team. So today, both of us got back to China. We hope to continue our friendship and to cooperate more and more. Thank you very much.
Okay, we have time for a couple of questions.
Thanks so much for your presentation. I wonder if in the sort of supply chain management, if virtual water is a concept that's coming up. So the embedded water use that goes into the products.
Yeah, virtual water actually is lots of debate in China. So virtual water is, sometimes when you, sort of like calculate it, it still have, lost a lot of things. So virtual water is not that popular in China at the moment. But for the green supply chain, we would like to do is more in the front side, clean technology. We would like to change their factory from the beginning, reduce their waste. So, as much as, sort of like possible to encourage them to reuse all the waste. And the waste is going to connecting to each other. So that is what we do.
Questions? Okay, thanks very much, Cathy.